guys, Angry Old Man here. Well, it's been a week, so I figured it might be a good time to drop a video. Um, Today was the Derek Hotsinpillar Fallen Stars 5K. Um, we, that is myself and my family, did not participate in the live in-person race. Instead, we took part in the virtual race. The reason that we didn't actually go to the race is varied. Um, the economy is actually not that great right now. Um, Animal feed prices are through the roof. Um, we are economically playing it very, very safe right now, and we are limiting some of our expenditures on races and things like that to just a few key races through the year, just to sort of save wear and tear on vehicles, reducing some of our our expenditures for things like hotel rooms. And although this is a local race, we did not want to spend the money on an extra race this year for various reasons. Another reason is that for the last month or so, I've been working a lot of extra hours, and even when I did have time off, because things would get backed up here at the house and farm, I would have to spend a lot of extra time working on those projects. So I've basically been getting up like without really a real day off, and working every single day. And I just wanted to sleep in for like an hour, or an hour and a half or so than what I normally do. And that was that sort of refreshed me just a little bit. Things will not get better anytime soon. As far as at my work, it's very hard right now to keep staffed, and with the economy again being challenging, we're really just on the struggle bus. That does not take away from the value of this race and what it does. Derek Hotsinpillar was a deputy U.S. Marshal, and in 2011 he was serving a warrant with some other law enforcement officers in Elkins, West Virginia. At that point, they were ambushed, and Derek passed away after a fatal wound. The family and friends of Derek celebrate his life and his very noble sacrifice by holding this 5K race in Bridgeport, West Virginia every year. It's a 5K race through the twisty hills of West Virginia, through Bridgeport City, and it is a fun event. It was my daughter Emily's very first non-school associated road race, and we have fond memories of it. It was one of my first real in-person hardcore road races where I was facing, real hardcore dedicated racers, and I truly enjoyed that experience. The money that people that the organization gets from the race goes to scholarships for deserving students who will be attending college and pursuing careers in law enforcement. They study various things, forensic sciences and things like that. Some go on to be, FBI agents, DNR agents, marshals themselves, local police. It's a very worthy cause. But this year, since we weren't going to be participating in the live race, we chose the virtual option, and just went out and gave a best personal effort in honor of Derek. I actually went to the Bridge Sport Complex, and in the workout area, I got on a treadmill, and as my usual Friday or Tuesday and Saturday goes, I generate anywhere from 10 to 15 or more miles. When I'm marathon training, I'll be running 20 miles twice a week in that environment. But today I went in and got a little warm up on. And kicked out a pretty solid 5K on the treadmill. I will be posting that up if you really want to look at the results. I wasn't racing anyone. It wasn't a competitive race, so it's not something that I'm out there trying to brag, look how fast I am. I chose a virtual course that had some dynamics to it, probably not as dynamic as Bridgeport is, but at least it wasn't just flatland running. I managed to squeeze out a respectable sub 21 minute 5K, averaging about a 6:32 pace, I think is what it was, which is pushing myself to the limit. My heart rate was pretty steady in the low 160s for the last mile or so. But anyway, that race will still be going on, I believe, until the virtual race, that is still going to be available until the 15th, if somebody wants to participate in that, or they have a paid version of the virtual race, but there's also the free one. Anyway, just to show support for the family and the people of law enforcement. Ellie has had mixed and polarizing reviews from the general public for the last few years, and I don't tend to look at law enforcement as a singular entity. It is a homogenized industry that has representatives from every facet of society, much like our military, which I am quite familiar with. You will have very good people, you will have very bad people who have their own motivations to be in law enforcement. Being in law enforcement doesn't make you a saint or a sinner. Some people are there just doing a job. But universally, at least at some point in time, I have noticed, coming from a family that has police officers in it, that generally the ideal is to help others and to do good. And certainly from the example that Derek set, that is the case. If you would like to support them, you can reach the Derek Hotsinpillar, the Derek Hotsinpillar Fallen Stars 5K on Facebook. You can also find them on the various race sites where their race is promoted. As for me this week, my training continues sort of in maintenance mode, but I am getting ready to stand up my half marathon program for September, and we're going to see where that takes me. I'm trying to get as close to a 1 hour 30 minute half marathon as I can get, and I'm hoping very much that I will get in that neighborhood. However, after seeing the results from the out and back Deckers Creek and seeing who and how these athletes got into that sub 130, that will be a challenge. The athletes that I saw do that, I run with off and on, and they are a lot better than me, I can tell you that much. So we'll see how that goes. But like I said, if I can just PR or get just a little bit closer to that magic 130 mark, I'm going to be tickled to death. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Be careful out there. I know everybody has their own struggles, and look out for one another. Make sure to compliment your fellow runners, and make sure everybody knows that they are valued people. And no matter what their contribution is to the race community, um, as long as they're not destructive, they're on the right side of history, so to speak. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for supporting me and sticking with me here. And as I always say, run angry, my friends.